Welcome everybody. We're here again for some magic action. I'm here with Twitch chat. We are going to run through an event here in Standard. I thought, it's been a while since I played an event, not since playing Explorer. Some of those videos are on the YouTube channel there in the magic section. But today we're going to play some Standard with Temur Fireballs. This is, or Temur World Souls Rage is probably more accurate. This is basically a fireball, so I just call it Fireballs. Basically, this deck is doing some ramp stuff. It's self-milling. It's playing a lot of lands. We've got 30 lands here. And it's self-milling to put a lot of these lands in the graveyard. These lands are the core of the deck. They were playing 12 of these Streets of New Capenna lands that ETB, and you sacrifice them to go get any basic of the 3 types that it says, and put it into play tapped, and you gain 1 life. So you're fetching all these basics out of the deck. You notice the deck doesn't play anything but dual lands and basics, or the fetch lands plus basics. This Echoing Deeps can come in as a copy of any land in a graveyard, so it just copies another. It's just like another fetch land that can be any of the fetch lands that you want. The Analyst is the key card of the deck that brings back all of the lands, ramping you a bunch of mana. If you have a Nissa in play, each of the fetch lands triggers Nissa, making a mana, then all of them fetch lands, which trigger Nissa again, and you can snowball huge amounts of mana. Ideally, you can resolve a Virtue of Strength, and then all your mana gets tripled, and because you're ramping so hard, you untap with 12 lands, and all of them make 3 mana, and you can just Memory Deluge, Memory Deluge, Memory Deluge, till you find the Fireballs, and you fireball them to death. Now, not only is this a fireball, it also puts a bunch of lands into play from your graveyard, so even this ramps you. Oftentimes, you'll cast this X is 2 or X is 1, sometimes even, just to ramp. I've done it many times. To kill a bat, get back a, Ill-Timed Explosion. Ill-Timed and Vampire's Vengeance are really the only cards in the deck that interact with creatures, unless you're forced to target one with a World Souls Rage. This is your Wrath, this is your Sweeper, and it's very important. You need to find it almost every game against proactive creature decks. And it's not amazing. It only really does 4 damage to all creatures. Every once in a while, you might discard one of these and do 7. We're trying a little bit of a different version here. We're playing an Elesh Norn in the main with 1 Plains. It's obviously going to double the triggers off every single land that ETBs, so we'll get 2 life off of each of these lands. They will each go and fetch 2 basics out of our deck, but, that's a bit overkill. It's more, I really think it's in here just to also nerf the opponent's triggers, because this is such a house against the opponents that are also doing the same thing as us. It shuts off all of these lands, right? So I'm trying one in the main. I'm putting a Vampire's Vengeance in the main, a Doppelgang. This is another card that's just ridiculous when you've got a ton of mana. You can Doppelgang a Virtue of Strength, and let me tell you, when you have 5 of these in play, they're cumulative. So it's like 3 to the 5th power mana you're making. And I'm not a big math guy, but that's a lot of mana. That's enough mana to do whatever you want. So this is what we're jamming. Let's jump into it. And here we go for round number 1. Hopefully it's a good one. All right. Let's see what we're working with. Zambi, our opponent here. Zambi has no idea what's coming. Hope you brought your flame retardant suit, my friend. Because we're going to be lobbing fireballs at you. Okay. Not amazing, but keepable. If I don't have a hand that can really do big things, I would rather have something in my hand. If it's not going to do big things, at least let me kill things. So ill-timed in our opener makes me want to keep this. I think I will keep it. And this is going to get blue. And then basics are not amazing here. Ideally, you draw a bunch of the fetch lands, because they not only get you lands, they put themselves in the graveyard to be brought back with the Aftermath Analyst later. So let's see how this goes. Opponent is mulliganing. They've kept 6. And I imagine they are going to... I don't know. Let's see. These events are weird. You could be playing against tier 1 decks. You could be playing against rogue decks. Yeah, so it's going to be Boros aggro here. Mostly proactive, low-to-the-ground decks, I would imagine, because people just want to fly through these events and then re-queue, right? Just as fast and quick as I can go through them. That's what I'd like to do. So that's good. That means Ill-Timed Explosion will be excellent against them. The question is, can we survive to cast it? So... they're going to make 3 dudes. Now they can Convoke and play the 5-drop and go get some more action here. As long as... oh, they don't have the 5-drop. Oh, wait, they do. They're just... yeah, sure. Usually they'll have the 5-drop, so pretty much the perfect hand for them here. They dump all of their cards, so they're dead now. If I draw, if I can get to 4 mana, I can just wipe this entire board. They have to kill me with their Imidane's Recruiter. They have to find Imidane's Recruiter here to kill me, and a red land. Otherwise, we can Wrath, and then they're gonna be sad. So Aftermath Analyst obviously blocks here. I don't know what I should block. I mean, I want to block a 1/1. Let's see what they put the Yoshin Frontliner trigger on. I should just probably block the Frontliner, to be honest, but... what can I do? I can block, and I can actually block the Knight Errant here. And then Virtue of Strength, get back the Analyst, play the Analyst. Yeah, I mean, I have 2 more basics. I can have untapped land on turn 4 for the ill-timed explosion. And I have 2 Virtue of Strength, so I can toss the second Virtue to deal 7 to everything, right? Only this guy? Oh boy, that's a mistake. I'll block. Okay. More stuff? They want to Convoke again, sure. They're going to try and find that Imidane's. Oh, I guess they can't get Imidane's off this, right? Number of creatures. Oh, no, yeah, it can. Never mind. Okay, so let's Virtue. I think I want to fill the yard again here. I could Virtue back the Philology Archaeologist. That's interesting, actually. Maybe I should, because I don't think I'm going to actually be blocking with this, or untapping to activate this guy, right? Sure. Okay. So the question is, do they have a land? Do they have Imidane's Recruiter? They need both. They do not have either. Lovely. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or... yeah, this is fine. Because I am going to lose the Aftermath Analyst anyway when I ill-timed here, right? They play even more stuff for some reason. The only way I'm winning is with a Wrath, so I don't know why they would do that, but here we are. Yep, let's see if we can find a Memory Deluge. Damn. I have to discard this. And I guess I'll discard a land. Okay, so 7 to the team. You're up. That's why the Wraths are important. Now, I'm sure they're going to have another wave here. But I've got World Souls. So I can bring back a bunch of lands and gain a bunch of life. Okay, so let's go World Soul X is 3. And get back 3 lands. 1, 2, 3. That gains us 3 life. Go up to 12. They get a bat, of course, but that's fine. The battle cry is far more scary than the bat here. Let's get blue. I have a red in my hand as well here. Cabaretti can get our white mana here. I might as well get that. And then Brokers can get green. I have the red in my hand. Okay, so next turn I've got Virtue of Strength plus World Souls for a ton. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So 7, and then that leaves me with 6. I can World Soul X is 4. Put 4 more lands on the battlefield. Gain 4 life. Yeah, I think that's the play here. And then I just need to draw some Memory Deluge. We haven't seen a single one yet. Haven't milled one, haven't drawn one. So we're at almost half of our deck here with 4 Memory Deluges still in there. Yep. So Boros does their thing. They explode out of the gates. They dump their cards, 6 cards out of their hand on turn 1. By turn 2, it was just 1 card left, right? And but they need to finish. They need to get that Imidane's Recruiter. If they don't find it, or in that case, they were still missing a land as well. It's just not good enough. It was just not lethal, right? Put me to single digits, sure, but then I Wrath, and then they're stuck trying to hit me 1 or 2 damage at a time, trying to cross the finish line, right? If they have another Recruiter here with this many bodies, it could be a problem. Okay, so Shigeki is pretty ridiculous. That will win us the game as soon as I can play it. But for now, I think I'm just gonna go Virtue. And this is now gonna do 4 damage. Let's just kill one of these. And we're gonna put 4 lands into play and get all the rest of our basics out of our deck, basically. Almost all of them. Okay, I just want to gain the life, really, is why we're doing this. This puts us back up to 11. Okay, let's get a mountain, sure. This gets green. Okay, so they have 4 cards. They've got to kill us here, and they don't think they have enough damage to do it. But like Imidane's Recruiter is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not enough. They play a 1-drop. That's 9. Still not enough. They need to play multiple creatures and then an Imidane's Recruiter, and they don't have enough mana to do that. I guess they could have the Explosion. If they have Explosion, then I'm in trouble. But they have a Voldaran Epicure. And there's Imidane's. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, not dead. Nice. Okay. So 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times 3 is GG. 13 times 3. So I have 39 mana here. Let's just do this, I guess, as well. So we can Shigeki. I can just Shigeki back 1 card, really. World Soul's Rage. And then just World Soul for a lot. Oop. Alright. And that's how you win! Oh, from 1 life. Game 1 is ours. Now, game 2, they are obviously going to maybe bring in some removal spells. Titania seems pretty good. They're going to bring in some spells to kill our graveyard, to remove our graveyard. So, Kutzil's Flanker is the big one that they bring in. So I'm going to take out things like Shigeki. They're going to be exiling our graveyard, right? Elish Norn's kind of interesting because it shuts off the Imidane's Recruiter. It does shut off a lot of stuff in their deck. Galvanic Iteration I don't need. Probably get rid of Doppelgang here as well. At least World Souls is still a removal spell. Now, Lithomantic Barrage is going to be great here, obviously. Do I bring in, like, Frill back to gain life? It also blows up artifacts and enchantments. Like, that's not bad. Yeah, I don't mind that. I can cut, like, a Deluge, maybe. And a Virtue and a World Soul. Maybe 1 more Deluge. I could bring in a Braids as well, but I don't like trading 1 for 1. Barrage kills the 4-drop, so it's something, but braiding like a random 1-2 or whatever, like a 2-1 is not amazing, right? I think that's pretty good. Let's try this. Is it not worth it to just pass and then try to win the following turn? I couldn't. I would have been dead. Yeah, I would have been dead if I didn't do anything there. I literally survived at 1 life because I did what I did. If I had gained even 1 less life and not World Souled for the max or whatever else it was, then yeah. Because I know I have the inevitability. I'm not like throwing this away. I know it was my last card, but it doesn't matter. As long as I survive, I'm going to win the game. Especially if I resolve that Virtue of Strength. Just any Deluge, we just win the game. Or Shigeki. We drew Shigeki there, so it didn't matter, but... Yikes. Regretting keeping that in now. I was looking at it like thinking, is this even that good against them? But it's this that's the problem here. Only 2 lands. We have 30 lands in our deck, so we're 53%, and we're on the draw here. If I find a 3rd land, the problem is half of our lands are fetch lands, so I can't play things on curve. Like, if I find another one of these, I can't play a 3-drop. I can't play a 4-drop on turn 4. I'm going to be dead before then if they're on the play, right? If I have the ill-timed, I'm on the draw. Oh, it's close. think I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, this is good. I can work with this. I don't need the deluge. And we're gonna go brokers first, get a blue, and then this gets a green or red. This gets red. And let's see if we can get an archaeologist to find us a Vampire's Vengeance or something. This is also a great little roadblock early to keep some damage off our backs. They go to 5 cards. Okay. Nice. Well, if I have untapped blue, then I can just use this to get green, I think. And then I can go green, blue, cast Falagi next turn. Cabaretti gets red. That's the only thing. You've got to, like, track your lands. Because remember, these are not tri-lands. They're dual lands. This is only green, red. Well, I guess I do have basic planes in my deck, too. But, ooh, the Analyst. I think I'd still rather Archaeologist here. Because right now I'm looking for a sweeper more than anything. I know I have ill-timed, but I'll need more than one here. If I can use a Vampire's Vengeance first, sweep the little stuff up, then I can use this later to kill the Knight Errants and all that. Sure. Ooh, Barrage comes to hand. Nice. Nissa in the yard. Ooh, no lands. That's bad. Okay, let's get red, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I should play Analyst first. Higher chance of just milling our lands here. But it's fine. I know I'm going to get red with this, not white. I don't care about white. So, what is it going to be? Hey, Sanchez. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, check this deck out. I like the changes that have been made. This is actually... I took a little bit of inspiration from the list that won the MTGO Challenge on Sunday. The MTGO 64. I think 90-something players, and this deck took it down. It had Elish Norn in the main, and I thought that was kind of interesting. So, I want to see if... how good it is. It seems pretty... there's Elish. Seems pretty ridiculous in this deck. Okay, so I can activate Analyst here and put 4 lands into play. Or I could Wrath. I probably should just Wrath. It's weird. But... there's the Knight Errant. Okay. Well, now it's tricky, because if they have the Ibidane's Recruiter, of course we can get killed here. I have 2 blockers, though? Am I really going to die from 22 life? No, I think I'm going to activate Analyst here. So I'm going to put... well, then I can't play a fetch land. Because if I activate Analyst, I gain 4. I'm effectively at 26 life here. And I can even hold this ill-timed explosion till after I activate Analyst. I think that's probably better. There's the Recruiter. Well, now all they need is an untapped land. They've been missing their land drops. Never mind. Well, that's not a red one. Okay. So how much damage can they do? It's probably worth asking the question here, right? So if they play Imidane's Recruiter, that's 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I block 2, so that's 5 less. That's 13. I have a forest in hand. Okay, this gets red, this gets blue, forest in hand. Should I just activate the Analyst? Or should I just ill-timed? Let's pass. I think I can activate the Analyst. I'm going to block, activate, and block with Falagi, and see what happens here. They blood. Yeah, activate's better, Shiznat. With four lands in the yard, I mean, I want to make sure, though. I want to think about what's going to happen if I could just go put another fetch land in the yard for Aftermath the turn after. Lithomantic Barrage the 4/4, play the Flaggy Archaeologist, find another spell. Now if they play the Recruiter, they don't have the 5/5. Ooh. Okay. So this is their only red mana, so that was pretty good. Now that would be lethal if they had another red, but they don't. So next turn is going to be their big turn. So this is obviously the turn where... Oh, yeah, beautiful. This is going to be the turn where I Aftermath here. I also need to find a 4-mana spell to discard with this. If I don't find a 4-mana or higher spell, there's not many. I took out a couple Deluges. I took out one of the Virtues of Strength. I need to find a spell that does at least 4 damage here to wipe the board, actually, right? Yeah. Wow, 2 more Recruiters. That's pretty good. Okay, that means even if I Wrath here... okay. Oh, take that off. Okay. Block. Activate. Alright. Get some life. Get some lands. Might as well get the white source here. Cabaretti's is the only one that can actually grab it. My turn. Ah, okay. I think I want it ill-timed here. I want to try and find... I mean, I don't know. I could just see instant speed Vengeance when they recruit her, right? I'm not going to ill-timed. Thin deck first, yeah. Well, it goes both ways. We're trying to stop the other... This deck is so popular that Elish Norn is a mirror breaker. Ooh. I really should ill-timed here. Like, if I have an ill-timed in hand and I take another ill-timed, I ill-timed here. And then I can actually do 4 damage to everything. And then I Vampire's Vengeance later. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Against Boros, this is better. So I will not be able to ill-timed here. Or I will not be able to Vampire's Vengeance, I mean, if I ill-timed. This is close. Should I leave up the Vengeance? Block the 4/4s? I think I will. Pass. I'm not going to ill-timed here. Because I can Vampire's Vengeance with the Recruiter trigger on the stack, right? And if I wipe, then they'd play Untapped Land, Adventure, Imidane's Recruiter, right? Oh, I didn't kill the Epicure. Right. It's a vampire. I'll block... Oh, go to blocks. I'll block the 5/5. I think I can take 2. I also think I can toss a land here. Yep. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Mark. Should I just World Soul them in the face? I know they have another Recruiter. I mean, I World Soul them in the face. I gain a shit ton of life. Yeah, let's just do that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Sure. Okay, gain 7. Go to 30 life. I think this is going to be GG's for them. Yeah. Like Vengeance, yeah. I could kill the 4/4, but the reality is it doesn't matter. They have to... Now they have to build their board. They can't just play another Recruiter here and pump these 2. I can just chump the big guy, and that they've done nothing. They've got to actually adventure these to put the board back up to where it is, and they know I have an ill-timed explosion. So the first adventure one is just going to get blanked by this. And then the second one is maybe going to stick. We'll see. Okay, no more green or blue lands. Let's pass. We've got full 17. Now, the deck usually plays 17 basics, which I don't think has changed with the addition of planes here. So we've got 16 right now. I can block, of course. And again, I'm at 30 life. Like, I could just take these hits. It doesn't even matter. They're going to adventure, but they know I have ill-time, so they're looking, going, God damn it. Yeah. Hello. Let's just get back Elesh Norn. And then Imidane's doesn't do anything. Yeah. Play that. Play Norn. Yeesh. Play this. Yeesh. Yeesh. I don't think I need another one of these. Yeah, thank you. GG. That's how the Fireball deck works. I'll see you in the next match. Welcome back, everybody, for the next round. It is round number 2 with the Temur World Souls Rage deck. It's really a Nissa or an Analyst deck. Analyst has been very impressive, very, very impressive. This is not a keepable hand, sadly. I don't have blue mana here for my Archaeologist. So I think I'm going to mulligan this. Ouch. Well, Elesh can go to the bottom, I think. But Elesh is weird, right? Yeah, it's a very strange one-of. It's a very inbred, card to put in the deck because it's only good against some decks. But I guess the reality is in this, current environment, there's so many good ETBs happening with so many of the creatures that I feel like Elesh has random utility against a lot of decks. I mean, we all know how good it is against Domain. It's amazing in the mirror match with this deck. It's even good against brokers, or Boros, like I said. The turning off their Imidane's Recruiter, turning off their Knight Errant, turning off, all of that stuff is... that's their whole deck, right? Haha, get wrecked. It's rare that the bat is bad, but there it is being bad. Oh, why didn't I play my sack land? I wanted to leave up Vengeance here, but I don't need the Vampire's Vengeance, right? Oops. I just defaulted to being able to play my spell there. That was dumb. They are playing Dimir Tempos, so it's going to be a bunch of small creatures that this will be good against, but... yeah. Okay. They know what's coming. Oh. Okay. Ill-timed? Could ill-timed right now. I think I will. Okay, World Soul. Let's get this fetch land in the yard. Sure, take my World Soul. Blood away a land here, probably. Lazav with the crappy artwork. You got it. I think I'm going to get green here. And then I'll play a white next turn. And I will ditch the red. Could ditch Galvanic Iteration, to be honest. Not amazing. Okay. Lazav. So he's going to start exiling cards from our graveyard like a douchebag. Ooh, pretty good. Drew a few too many lands here. But Lazav being like passive graveyard hate is kind of annoying. They only play one Lazav in the entire deck, but they have it early. They can... that's not correct. Okay, they can take our fetch lands. They should be taking our fetch lands out of our graveyard first. Elesh Norn doesn't matter. But more importantly, they have a Gix, so they get to draw cards, and I keep drawing land. Great. Think I'm gonna die. Hey, Holo Prince, how you doing? Yep, we went over all of them. Yep. Yeah, most of them are not good enough. That's just... remember, that's the majority of cards. Even if they look good... yeah, most of those cards... the mana cost is the big barrier of entry for competitive Magic. If it's not very cheap, then it's not good enough, almost certainly. The only things that are big are things that are good to cheat into play early, like Atraxa, or, Titan, or whatever. Breach the Multiverse is a card worth ramping into, but most decks, a lot of decks are trying to cheat that card too as well. But yeah, so the reality is Magic sets, I mean, 95% of the set does not see competitive play. It's only the top 5% of cards or whatever. So, and there's all of the lands. Okay, thank you for the follow, Shiznat.
Welcome to the squadron, Shiznat. You like to smash as well, I see. Good, good.
We like to play tier 1 decks in Standard. We like to play tier 1 decks in all formats, really. So what am I doing here against Temur? I have no idea, really. Maybe more Vampires' Vengeances. Killing blue creatures, not amazing. Most of their stuff is black. I bet you they're gonna side in a hearse against me, unlicensed hearse. Okay, I'll play a braids, I guess, in that case. Elish can come out, she's terrible. Doppelgang's terrible. Don't want a galvanic. Cut a deluge, maybe too slow. Cutting everything that's too slow, and again, these cards, you don't want to doppelgang a bunch of 1-drops. You know what I mean? So when I say this card's terrible, I mean in this match, these cards are terrible. I don't want any of that shit. Card draw's too clunky. Elish Norn's not copying anything, it's too slow. Doppelgang too slow, not copying anything that's good. I should probably cut Shigeki as well. Could play Turn the Earth instead? I don't know, that's weird. I'm gonna try Turn the Earth. Protect my graveyard. They can make it a Norn. Oh, they can turn the other guy into Norn. What was it, 5 mana to do that? Do they pay the mana equal to the casting cost? I can't remember what Lazav, how he transforms, but been having a good time with Golgari midrange. Nice. Which version? So you mean just regular Golgari midrange? Like it's been around for a while. It's playing the Mosswood Dread Knights and Gix and the Bat, of course, Sholdred, a bunch of good black removal, like cut down and go for the throat. You've got your creature lands. You're not playing like the what is it called? The Roots version, like the Roots combo. That's what I was trying to play. Green black Roots plus Agatha Soul Cauldron, trying to do combo stuff. Usually when you say mid-range, I think not combo, right? So you're talking about just the regular green black mid-range. I think that deck is never tier 1 in Standard. I think it's very good and it's grindy, but it's just too low powered compared to Domain and the decks that are doing big over the top stuff. This deck just smashes that deck, right? Like they have to pray that they have a bunch of bats, not just one, but they need multiple bats to try and like catch every big thing that you draw. I guess I'm gonna try this. I don't love it, but yikes. I think I'm gonna toss this as well. I want to play my Nissa on time, or not toss this, but use this immediately. So yeah, the green-black deck is interesting. I think how much I like that deck rises and falls depending on what other decks are good in the metagame. Like, for example, when Domain's really good, you can't play green-black midrange. But when aggro's really good, green-black midrange is great, right? You have a bunch of, like, built-in life gain type stuff, and, like, your creatures are chunky because they're, like, 3-mana 2/4s, like your Preacher and your, that kind of stuff. Shouldered, obviously, very good against aggro, so I feel like... I do like that deck, but I think it's very infrequently, I think it's like an actual tier 1 deck. Most of the time, I don't think it's actually good enough for tier 1. But sure, let's see if we can counter this. Looking at Great Train Heist. Oh, yeah. Mana cost, yeah. Because that's the problem. Remember, when you're trading a 4-mana spell for a 2-mana spell, you are losing that game. But for every time that happens in a game of Magic, you cast Adeline and they cut it down and play a 2-drop. And then you cast Sholdred and they go for the throat and play a 2-drop. Like, they are using their mana way more effectively than you. They're multi-spelling, and you're not, because your whole turn is getting erased by half of their turn. Think of it that way. If your 4-drop dies to a 2-mana spell, they have 2 mana left to play another spell, whereas you've only been able to play 1 spell. Like, they're just playing the game more efficiently than you are, and if that keeps happening in games of Magic, that's how you lose the game, right? Now, the actual cards that it takes the form of may change, and the colors are different and whatever, but those are the underlying principles in a game of Magic. That's what's actually, how people are winning and losing the game. How am I not losing this game is the question. I can Virtue back, so let's Virtue back the land. Start with that. And then we do this. I might find an analyst here. Let's see. So making green, and we get to make another land drop. That, of course, triggers Nissa again. I'm going to get another blue this time. I want to cast this Memory Deluge. There's the Analyst. So now I get to play Analyst. Analyst mills 3. Nice little turn there off of Nissa. And there's an archaeologist. Now I'm going to leave Nissa back to potentially block Gix. I don't think it's going to keep him back, but I guess I have the 1/4 to block, but no attacks. I don't know, that's tempting. Putting in 3 damage just makes them, you know, closer to death. They don't realize, but they're actually at, you know, 3 less life right now than they would be. If I have 7 lands, they're going to be at 5 less life than they actually think they're at, right? In a way. Let me catch up. Crack a clue. Oh, it's crack a clue. Thank you, Apples. Okay. Bad into Gix is great. Yeah, I mean, it was like Thoughtseize into Pack Rat back in the day. If you can play a proactive discard spell into a powerful card that will snowball and win the game, then it's very good, right? Yeah, they have cut down for Analyst, sure. Okay, get another Analyst maybe. Beautiful draw there. This is why Nissa's so good. I have so many of these fetch lands, it's like I have a bunch of chances to just tutor up an Analyst. Now with 2 Nissas out of the deck, there's only 2 Nissas left in the deck. Because remember, the Analyst, this trigger can only hit Analyst or Nissa. And so the fewer of one of them that you have, the likelier it is that you're going to hit the other, right? So we've only seen 1 Analyst. We've seen, sorry, 3 Nissas. There's only, oh, and 2 Analysts. So there's 2 Analysts and 1 Nissa left in the deck. Okay, there's an Analyst. Get to do that. And now I can activate Analyst, which is busted. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 lands, so we're just suddenly going to ramp to 9 mana here. Oh, never mind. Make that 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lands. Yeah, we're going to go for it now, right? Because remember, we're getting double triggers with Nissa in play. She's fetching again, which is busted. So now we've got a ton of triggers from Nissa. So let's go. I'm probably going to ill-timed explosion here. So let's go green, red. I wonder if they have spell pierce. Green. Always making more green and blue than red, usually. Guess I'll go 2 this time, because I could draw sideboard card here. Let's get another blue. And make green. Let's get another red. And make blue. And then let's get another blue. Yeah. Oh, or white. Yeah. I took out Elish Norn, but whatever. Okay. So let's see. Now I can pay for Spell Pierce. I think it is definitely going to be ill-timed explosion. I'm going to probably discard Nissa, because that way I actually get to keep my Archaeologist, put another World Souls in my hand. I have another Nissa, so I don't care about the one I have in play. But if I discard this, I won't have another Nissa. I don't think it matters, right? I mean, I could just Falagi, blow up the Bat and the Mastermind, but I want to kill Gix here. Maybe I just toss Deluge then, right? I don't care about my Archaeologist. Yeah, and we have another Deluge in hand. Let's just do that. Yep, you get to draw a card. Ill-timed Dex is 4. And now I could Deluge or Nissa. I think I'm just going to Deluge, actually. Use our mana. And there's a Virtue. Nasty. And then another Courtyard or Vengeance. I think I'm going to take Courtyard here. Look at this nasty shit. Oh my god. Analyst with the Nissa. Yeah, let's get Analyst back here. Whew. This is going to be gross. Virtue of Strength. So with multiple virtues of strength, it gets really complicated. I hate math. And imagine being a judge when somebody's like, sir, or ma'am, judge, I have five virtues of strength in play because of Doppelganger. I'm tapping 8 lands. How much mana is that? Oh, Gravy, you're adorable. It's a little late for that, honey. A little late for that. Let's go. Hey, Torf. Oh, right. I should turn that stuff off now that I'm recording. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to do this for YouTube, so I can't have the intro music. Okay, let's jam this. I think I have one more basic here. Now, I don't know if I'm wasting my mana here. I don't know. Maybe I am. but I get to trigger. There's an analyst. Let's just Virch. So I have 9 mana. Okay. And then we activate triggers. Okay, we have 22 cards in our library. Green, blue, red, green, blue, green. Okay. I have 3 red mana still from that untapped mountain. Okay, no more lands. So if I play Virtue, I have 6 mana off that mountain. No, sorry, 9. Wow, I have 9 mana off that mountain. Is that right? Yeah, right now it's adding 3. 9 red. God damn. So let's use 5 of it and we'll deluge. Yeah, I think this game's over. I'll just play another one of these. And I'm gonna pass the turn. Okay, 13 cards in our deck. We're making a lot of mana now. Every one of these basics makes 3 times 3 mana, so 9. Yeah, cut down. So this is 5, 10, 16, 17. Our full 17 is on the battlefield, so 17 times 9. This is what I'm saying. Imagine if I had 5 of these in play. This is why I would hate to be a judge right now in Standard, because this deck is popular, and someone's gonna doppelgang 5 virtues and just, like, make someone's life horrible. Let's just do, I don't know, 35 to you? How does that sound? Is that enough? I have still tons of mana here. Oh, is it gonna do this for every land? Okay, look at all the mana I still had available. It's ridiculous. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, Torf, there you go. I should have had that off, but I forgot. Eesh. They didn't really stand a chance. Titania gaining me a lot of life is also something. I could play Titania. She's also a big 3/4, which kind of is good against Graveyard Trespasser and stuff. Tempted to play that. Maybe I cut a Deluge here. Deluge is great, and you need Deluge to find the pieces to kill them, but we aren't in a rush to kill them. I need to play defensively here so that they don't kill me. And if I just run them out of gas, then I have all the time in the world. They can't interact with all that. They have bad counter magic that makes me pay 2 or whatever, like Spell Pierce and Make Disappear. Maybe an Urtai. They might have an Urtai as like a hard counter. Sideboard, they'll have Negate maybe as well, or D-Stroke. That's a possibility. But if I resolve a Virtue of Strength, they can't get it off the battlefield. So it's just like, how do you compete with 30 mana? Let alone if I have more than 1, right? Okay, I think I will keep this. This is gonna have to get... Oof, that's a tough one. Vampire's Vengeance. You know, if they have a bat here, they're gonna take my Vengeance. I'm pretty sure this has to get blue, not red. Even though red would be great right now. I'm gonna get blue. Could also Virtue back the Maestro's Theater and take another land. Yep, they're gonna take the Vengeance. We'll play Analyst here. I might... No, I'll play Philology Archaeologist here, I think. Yeah, because I want to find another removal spell. They take my Analyst. Wow. Interesting. I guess they're a little greedy. They're basically saying, you know what? Fine, you don't have red mana. I'm gonna hope you don't draw red. It's like, okay. I can Virtue back that land, though, and get red right now. I think I will. And then we'll have Ill-Timed Explosion the turn after. Ill-Timed is nice here because it hits the Preacher of the Schism. You know, a lot of this other small red removal doesn't hit it. Preacher is really just like so good against red in general. 4 toughness, like oh, even mono red, like, lightning strike doesn't hit it. Like so few things. They have to play these, you know, bad sideboard cards basically to do it. Okay, so if I go for virtue here, they could counter. I think I'm just gonna do this. They're gonna end step fairy. I'm gonna get another blue here. I don't need the white. And should I go for a virtue here? They know I have one of them. That is interesting. No. No, they can play their fairy. I don't care. I bet you they would negate that if I went for that there. I'm gonna do it when I have some more mana up and they can't make it disappear or spell pierce it. And then that way they have to use a hard counter or whatever, Urtai or something. Oh. Deep Cavern, sure. I have 2 Wraths though, so... Unfortunately, both of them are red. Yep. Vampire's Vengeance, I presume? Take the cheap one, right? Take the theater. Nice. No Tidebinders possible here. So let's go get our mountain. Can't do anything else, sadly. So we pass. Now they know we have ill-timed explosion here. They almost certainly have a counter spell. So not exactly sure what I should do. I think I might try and bring back the Analyst. See what happens. Okay. Nice. Mill 3. Land. Good. So if I untap with the Analyst, they're in trouble. They probably have a cut down or something. They're going to have some kind of removal, right? They haven't killed anything yet. Oh, we each draw a card. Sure. Okay. Sure. Take our ill-timed or whatever. Doesn't matter. I can play another red source here. World Soul's Rage the Bat, and then Vampire's Vengeance the team. So they have to have a counter spell up here, and it better be a hard counter. Otherwise, this is not gonna work. Wow, drawing ill-timed was pretty gross. Should I go for that? Could just activate the Analyst, but I feel like they might have Tidebinder here or something. You know, you can't play around everything. If they have Tidebinder, I get got when sacking Analyst. If they have a negate here, maybe they counter this. Either way, I just want to get the counter out of their hand already. I'm pretty sure they have one. There's the negate. Thank you. Okay, so I can't do anything else. Let's pass. Take some damage here. Yeah, I think that's better than trying to activate Analyst. Both of them are 4 mana plays, so it doesn't matter which one we try. If whatever we try fails, then it's bad for us, but okay. Is there a way they could save this with a pump? No way, right? I'm gonna go for 1. I don't know what instant speed pump they could have. Maybe I'm gonna get burned here. I don't know. We'll try 1. Then I can activate still. There's Urtai. Sure. So I get to draw. Ooh. Let's see if that works. It already triggered, so it's kind of annoying, but I'd rather do this before they draw another card and maybe draw another counter spell here. They only have 2 left. Nice. Wipe your board. That is huge. They get to draw 1 card. Nice. And then we get to blood. I'm gonna blood away this land, I think. Sure. They can eat a land or whatever. I don't really give a shit. What do you want to take, huh? Yeah, take a land. Seems good. Okay. Damn it. Drawing another land is unfortunate there, but what are you going to do? All right. My turn? Thank you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 lands in the yard. 4 lands. Let's go for Virtue here. I want to see what happens. Oh, I don't know why it tapped. Yeah, it didn't leave my blue untapped, which is unfortunate. Whatever. Now if I untap, I'm going to have 3, 6, 7, 8. I'll have 24 mana. Okay, they've got to get in there and try and kill me quick. I'm going to have a lot of mana here, like a lot. Double Analyst mills 6. That takes me to 20 mana. Oh boy. I don't have, oh, I do have brokers in the yard. Okay, so let's do this. Let's copy brokers. Okay, 3 life, but I think I might just win. 3, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 mana here. So 8 times 3 is 24. I use 7 of it to play this, so that takes me to 17, but it's not 17 anymore. So 7 mana is going to be 3 lands. That leaves me with 5 lands that make 9 each. So I'll go up to 45 mana. Yeah, that seems good. Now I have 45 mana. Analyst. Shouldn't I just deluge for like I should just deluge into a giant fireball here? Probably, right? Still have 5 floating off that one island. Deluge. Okay. Sadly, I already played a land. Probably shouldn't have done that. Each of these makes 9 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 35. Should I try and kill them in one shot here? I could just wait 1 turn. What are the odds they have a negate or another Urtai or something? Am I gonna die? One, 2, 3. I think it's better to take a turn off. Yeah, that's a lot. Should I just go for it? Let's see what happens. I still have 9 mana floating. It's not the end of the world. Oh, it worked. Okay, GG. Okay. It's thank you, Charlie. I didn't know that trick. I've seen people do it, but I've never looked it up to see what it is. It's QQ to tap all your mana. Very useful in this deck. Apparently we had 45 mana. Is that what I said? Something like that. So, fireballs. See you in the next round. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is round number 3. We are 2-0. Let's see if we can keep cruising here. This is keepable. Nissa's always keepable, especially, well, not always, but it's always very tempting to keep it when you have a fetch land in your hand, because you know on turn 4 you can jam Nissa fetch land and immediately find an analyst and play it. That said, I almost certainly will find another fetch land at some point, and okay, I'm actually gonna get double blue, I think. I'm gonna find another fetch land, or I'm gonna virtue back that fetch land, is what I was gonna say. Like right now we have nothing else to do. I might as well do this. And I do not feel bad about that at all. Not at all. Cheers, everybody. Have a great week. For those watching watching on YouTube, this is a lovely carbonated apple juice that I just got. Sorry, let me move the camera here. It's delicious. I like fruits. Okay, I eat a lot of fruit. Just today, I had grapes for lunch. Old grapes. Old grapes that we took the juice. I had grape juice for lunch, like super old, aged grape juice. I drank a bottle of wine for lunch. I hate myself. No, I'm just kidding. Let's put Nissa into play and see what happens. Against the black deck, I imagine Nissa's just going to immediately die. But, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I love that we pulled the fetch land out of the graveyard before they could eat it with their filthy graveyard trespasser here. Yep, I die. Mono black, huh? Mono black, has been bad for a long time in Standard, but it's one of the most beloved archetypes. People love trying to make mono black good, right? All the time. I think I can ditch that. Anytime it's even remotely viable, people want to play it. So a couple years ago in Standard, mono black was very good, shortly after rotation. But those days are over. Now, hey, if there's enough graveyard decks running around, Graveyard Trespasser might be good again, but this card does not see any Standard play right now for good reason. Preacher of the Schism is just much, much better. Being an army in a can kind of card is very busted. Okay. Let's go look for some more explosions here if we can find them. Ooh. Okay, let's get back the analyst. Okay. And now, again, they probably have a removal spell. That's all their deck is. They're mono black. All they do is play removal and some random creatures, try and kill you with their creatures, and kill your creatures with removal, but if you're not a creature deck, then they don't do anything. Like against blue-white, I love playing against mono black. They have so much removal in game 1 that half their draw is dead in any given hand. Like 3 out of 7 cards are just dead. I'll block. Sorin! Good. If I get to untap with Analyst, they're in deep trouble here. Yes. Sorin's another one that hasn't seen Standard play for a long time. I have played it before. Oh, and there's a Nissa. That is pretty good. Okay, so let's jam Nissa. Fetch land. This might get us another Analyst here, which is insane. I guess I'm gonna get a blue. I could get a white. I think I'm gonna get another blue. Green, green, another analyst. Let's activate this analyst. Triggers. Green, blue, green. Let's get another green. I guess I'll get the white, sure. Oop. Blue. And we can deluge here. It's cute, Sorin. You drawing one card. It's adorable. What if I just do this? Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. No attacks. Okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can go Virtue and have 2 lands up. That's 6 mana. I can go Analyst. Activate Analyst. They find an Arena. Main deck, huh? That's normally a sideboard card you would bring in against Control or something, but same with Gix's Command. Very much a sideboard card against, like, Esper mid-range. But again, mono black, you know, you're trying to cover all your bases, so you're playing it main deck, I guess. Like Duress, you know, mono black's one of the very few places you'll see people play main deck Duress. It doesn't mean main deck Duress is good. It just means that they are... Oh, that used all of our green mana, right. So 3, 6, 9. I can. Can Deluge and play a 2-mana spell. Just pass. Next turn, I Galvanic Iteration, World Souls Rage, and they just die. I don't care what they do here. They're gonna attack. Graveyard's gonna trigger. Demolition Field. Why are you playing that and not Field of Ruin? I think a lot of people don't understand the difference between these two cards. This is just an inferior version of another card that exists in the same format. You should just be playing Field of Ruin. But exiling Nissa. Sure. Okay, catching up with you guys. I need 5 ley lines, okay? Looks like a Mog. A Mog. Jace Reawakened. Ugh. So I was complaining about it earlier. I think it's a very poorly designed card. I don't like the way it's designed. I hate the whole you can't play this on turn 1, 2, or 3. That's just very dumb. It's clunky and awkward, and it's gonna result in a lot of judge calls, a lot of unnecessary judge calls. And I know that you read it and you think, how hard could it be? Trust me, there's, ask any corporation, company, anybody who does anything. The public, it can't, like, there are people who straight up think you can you can go to sleep in your Tesla and let it drive you to work. There's people are not smart. The average person, they will break stuff. They will find way to hurt themselves using stuff. You got to put warnings on everything. People will forget that all the time. I guarantee it. Okay, hold up. This is on their end step, and I have 2 mana floating. Shigeki's pretty spicy. It doesn't matter what I take here. We're gonna win. Sure. My turn. I have so much mana here. Yeah, why not? Galvanic. 15? That's probably enough. Boop. Boop. They know what's coming. Virch, baby. Once I get a Virch, Mono Black cannot remove an enchantment from the battlefield, right? They literally, there's no card in Standard that can help them here. Thankfully, Invoke was banned. That was one of the reasons they banned Invoke Despair, was they said Black shouldn't have access to this ability. Like, Black is not supposed to be good at dealing. There's like 1 or 2 Black cards in the history of Magic that target an enchantment, like Feed the Swarm is the main one. But so Invoke was almost certainly too good. Now, yeah, Mono Black, I don't know. Once you have Virtue in play, I don't think they can win unless you're at like 3 life and they can kill you. Turn the Earth, Vengeance, a Braid. They're probably going to play Gix as well. I could see a Braid being okay. They're going to bring in Unlicensed Hearse almost certainly. So I could bring Tranquil Frill back in here. Try and hit some... Doppelgang's a bit win more right here. I don't know if I want Doppelgang. They're going to be duressing me and stuff as well. Elish Norn I don't care about. I'm siding out Elish Norn a lot here. And yeah, 2 mana damage does not matter. They're playing 3 drops here, so I think Vampire's Vengeance is not ideal. Titania's interesting to gain life. Shigeki to rebuy stuff from the yard, but again, if they're attacking my graveyard, maybe Shigeki's not going to be good enough here. I think I might cut Shigeki. What could I play instead? A Negate? Could play Doppelgang, I guess. I'll try Doppelgang, what the hell. There's one card that can remove an enchantment in black? Really? I have no idea. Is there an Edict? Oh, you're right. It's like a modal card. Yes, I remember. It's like a 3 mana Edict. Sorry, yeah. That's, I guess you're right. Technically, it exists, but it's so bad it's unplayable, right? Like, you can't play that card. My beer had a Mog. Oh, the Mog on the ball. Yeah, exactly. You mean my apple juice. Yes, my carbonated apple juice. It's delicious. Mmm. Still one card that can remove an enchantment if it's good and nothing else. Yeah, wait, so I'm wrong? There actually is another one. My bad. LGS is thinking of moving FNM to Standard. Standard to Pioneer, yeah. Oh, that sucks. Pioneer, it's a lot more expensive. Yeah, Oh, if it's rotating? Oh, that sucks. Well, Ansrag's not rotating, but a good part of it is rotating. I don't know. That sucks. I don't know what to tell you. There's not much you can do there. I mean, Pioneer's a big jump in price from Standard, unless you play a very specific like aggro deck or whatever. This isn't bad. I don't think it's good, but it does mean we're basically duress proof here. If they have a bat, I can kill it. If they duress this, whatever. But I mean, most of our hand is unduressable. I could keep this. I probably shouldn't though. Okay, this is better. And again, they're gonna duress us, so I know that one of these is gonna get taken. So I want to keep I want to keep both. I want to keep all my spells. This doesn't get blue, so I have to keep blue. I could put green on the bottom. Echoing Deeps could only copy a courtyard, though. I'm a little worried about keeping Echoing Deeps, especially if they have a Graveyard Trespasser and they eat this land. This just doesn't... It comes in as a colorless land, which is terrible. Okay, let's keep this. Maestros. Okay, in that case, let's go Maestros. I'm gonna get blue. And then Courtyard can get red. I just don't care about white. Oh, there's turn 2 Unlicensed Tours, sure. Still gonna do this. We'll find an Abrade, eat that thing, but pretty lucky they had their Graveyard Hate in the opening hand. Yeah. Do your worst. Nope, can't play any of that stuff, Mike. Yep. The deck is much worse if you play that stuff. Don't put any of that shit in your deck. If you're playing this deck, it's basics and fetches. That's it. Otherwise, you're going to break it all. Yeah, there's the Frillback. So now I need double green. Shit. So that means I can't fetch red with this. I have to get double green here because I have to kick the Frillback, right? So... Sure. Phyrexian Arena making them lose some life here. Anzrag doesn't seem to be played. Yeah, I mean, well, he was building a budget deck, Symphonia, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what they were building. Okay, so let's kill this. No, it wants to leave up my blue mana. No, do not do that. God, unreal. Bye, Hearse, you piece of shit. Doesn't matter if you kill my guy, but okay. Bonk. You can have your arena, don't worry. I'm gonna beat that card easily. Yep, you get my last land. Now we can get down to filling our yard. No attacks. I'm winning this race easily. I think Deluge will find us some lands here. They're Field of Ruins. Oh, they're playing both. Okay. Wow, are they playing 6 of those effects? You'd play 4 Field of Ruin before you'd play the first Demolition Field, so... Maybe they have 6 of them. Or 5, or whatever. Don't think I'd afford Pioneer deck? Yeah. Sure. Anzrag deck. Yeah. Yeah. I mean... yeah, and that's the tough thing. You could... Ooh, hi. That's interesting. I want to bring the Frillback back, right? Let's pass. Gonna Deluge on their end step here. I don't care about the underdog. Yeah, then Flippu, like, or Hollow Prince, you gotta be careful with that. I wouldn't, like, again, I recommend if you're gonna get into Standard now, play Mono Red or play a deck that's very cheap to put together. Mono White Humans or something, I don't know. Whatever's the cheapest. And don't play a deck that you love. And that sucks. Like, that sounds terrible, right? But, wow, no red land. That is rough. Hold on. Let's get green and explosion here. Okay. They can take our frill back. I don't give a shit. Yep. Getting very close to virtuing here. As soon as I resolve that virtue, it's going to be a GG's. They're not putting enough pressure on us. Hello. Oh. No, I'm good. I'll hang on to these, I think. So Doppelgang, X is 2, is 8 mana, right? 6, I'm going to 7 next turn. So I can't do it yet. But if I cast Virtue of Strength, I'm gonna have a very, very big turn next turn. Let's see if they can beat an enchantment. It's not enough. So I'm gonna have 8 mana, I'll have 24 mana here, so Doppelgang is gonna be pretty gross. Okay. we can do some shit. 6, 7, 8. So I've got 24 mana. I could go, I don't want to use all of it because if I copy Virtue and I make 2 more Virtues, I basically have infinite mana. So I'm going to go Doppelgang X is 2. That's 8. That leaves me with, so 8 mana. That's going to be 3 lands, and I'll still have 3, 4, 5. And then I'll have triple Virtue, so I'll have 5 times 3. 3 to the 5th power, actually. Right? No. Wait. No. I'll have, because I'll have 3 Virtues. I'll have 5 to the 3rd power mana. Is that right? Well, wait. Basically, each land will make 1 to the 3rd power of mana. Is that right? Yeah. So, and I have 5 of them. Okay, I'm gonna go X is 2. I think that's probably enough. And maybe I just take this. I don't know. Or underdog. Target creature. Sure, actually, let's do double Vraska. I don't even care. It doesn't matter because the double Virtue will do the trick here. So now each land makes, yeah, 9? 27 mana! Yes! Let's just see what we got here. Let's see what we're working with. Holy shit! Oh my god. Deluge. I gotta go faster. Deluge. That's a lot of mana. Whew. So glad this game is doing it for me. Wow. I still had like 100 mana here. Yikes. Yikes. No. Remember, kids, always choose no, or they'll stop even working on the program. If they think you're happy with it, they'll work on it less. Never, ever say yes, ever, when it asks you if it was a good match. Great. So on Arena, it does it automatically, which is really nice. But what I was saying before about the judges at real events, this is going to happen in real life at RCQs and stuff, and judges are going to have to pull out a calculator to figure this out. It's so ridiculous. I was wrong. It's 3 times 3 times 3, right? It's 9 times 3, 3 to the 3rd power, so 27 mana per land, and we ended up with about 150 mana there. And then it's just deluge. We don't even have to dig very deep, right? Gross. See you in the next match. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for round number 4. We are 3-0, I believe. 3-0? 4-0? I think we're 3-0 now. Not a great hand. Archaeologist does mill us, and if we mill a green source, I can Echoing Deeps and then cast Analyst. But it's risky. We're on the draw. The white's kind of screwing me up here, to be honest. If this was a green, a blue, or a red, or yeah, any other color would be great. You always have to remember, you've got 30 lands in this deck. I'm on the draw, and I have a 51% chance to hit a land on every single draw. So I have, 2 chances to find a green before turn 2 at 50-50 each time. More than 50% if I don't draw a land the first time. and then another, 52, 53%, whatever on turn 3. I think I'm going to keep this. I can do this. Finding the right land, pretty easy, because I have 20-something green sources, right? I have so many green sources that, well, you know what? Actually, we can even look here, right? I'm actually currently 11% to draw a forest, plus another 8%, so 19% with the brokers, plus another 8, that's 27%. So I'm about 27% to draw a green source here. And I'm 50-50 to draw land. And then if I hit a land, I'm almost 30% to hit a forest. That's pretty good. I think I'll take that. 30% each draw, right? And again, if I don't get to play this guy immediately, it's not the end of the world. It's actually probably more important to find a red source against most decks here. Because most decks are going to be low-to-the-ground proactive creature-based decks. I might be playing against, something big late game like me, like a big combo deck or control deck or whatever, but... yeah, these cards are good. The only deck this would be bad against would be maybe Boros Convoke or Mono Red. But again, Archaeologist is still gonna come down on 2 no matter what I draw. And mill. Remember, if he mills a green source, I already have a green source in hand. So think about it that way. This guy coming down on turn 2, it's like he's drawing 3 cards. Like I have a 30% chance to find a green source off any of the cards that this person mills. And if I do mill a green source, this becomes a green source in my hand, right? So it's actually way higher than 30%, actually, now that I think about it. Well, sorry, it's way higher than 2 chances. It's like a bunch of chances. By turn 3, we should have a green source, if not in our hand, then at least in the graveyard. We're going to be looking at 5 cards by turn 3, right? 6 cards, including my draw, that turn, because I was on the draw. My opponent's apparently not here. This is an unfortunate round 4. Sorry, YouTube, but welcome to Arena. Yeah, they missed their first turn, Shiz. They come back, they realize they missed their first turn, so instead of just scooping, they're like, if I have to lose like that, that's bullshit. I'm gonna make my opponent suffer. Are they playing blue-white control? Could be. There's a theater. That's not a green source, though, so I think I'm gonna go Plains Archaeologist. My opponent's not here, and they've missed their first 2 turns, so yeah, there's a green source. So it probably doesn't matter, but we milled the Broker's Hideout, so now this is green. It's kind of a cool card. I like this card in this deck. It's so weird that this got printed in Lost Caverns of Ixalan, like after rotation should have happened, but it actually works perfectly with the lands that should have rotated by the time this card came out. It's so weird. It's really weird when you think about it. Like they were not actually supposed to be in the same standard format, these lands plus Echoing Deeps, but they are, and it ends up making this card good. This card would be totally unplayable if these cards weren't here, right? I don't know. It is unplayable in every other deck. Okay, well, this is unfortunate, but yeah, that's how it goes. Well, we can chat while we're waiting. So, how about that local football team, huh? Or the weather? It's over. All right, I will see you in the next round. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are in the final round. We are 4-0. Let's see if we can get some qualifier points. I will play first. Thank you. Now, a normal 24-25 land deck, you probably have to mulligan this hand, right? Because these don't actually put lands in your hand. Like, I need to get to 4 before I can activate. But in a deck with 30 lands, like, we're 53% to hit a land every draw here. So we'll have 2 shots to draw our 3rd land at 50-50 or just over 50. I'm keeping this. Plus, Vampire's Vengeance is so good against the creature decks and this, like, Deluge. We have a lot of pieces to just make this all come together very nicely. All I need to do is find lands, and it's the most common card in my deck by a mile. Half of my deck is lands, literally. So I think I should be fine here. And that's where, yeah, like this deck, because of the mana base, because of how many lands you're playing, it changes your heuristics regarding what to keep and what to mulligan, right? I think a lot of people lock themselves into rules when it comes to mulliganing, because mulliganing is really hard. It's the hardest thing you can do in the game, up there with sideboarding, mulliganing, and blocking is probably number 3. But I think the mulliganing... Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna play another one. They're playing Grixis over there? What am I playing against here? The mulliganing, your rules should change regarding what you keep and mulligan based on the deck you're playing, but not enough people remember to go, like, I don't. It takes me a couple of games before I go, oh, wait, we're playing 30 lands. Right, hold on. Let's, let's keep this 2-lander. It's gonna be fine, you know? Like, we're still 50-50 to draw a land, even though I milled a bunch of lands here. It's crazy. So I think we should be able to, hopefully we get to 4 and we can activate this analyst. Grixis control or something could be a problem. They're going to have a lot of, oh, Grixis mid-range. Do I have a creature? Oh, I milled an analyst. Oh, no, they killed the analyst. Right. Sure. Can I find a land? Now, a lot of our lands are going to come in tapped, but nope, not that one. The only thing that punishes me here would be if they have a Tishana's Tidebinder. They could have Urtai as well. So you know what? I'm just going to activate this now. Because this could go very... What? Oh, choose an object to copy. What happens? Wow, that's really weird. So this is asking me to choose a target to copy before it enters the battlefield while these are still in my graveyard. When they all enter the battlefield... Yeah, okay. Weird. Wait, where's my land? It didn't put it into play. Holy shit. It didn't put my land into play, did it? Where did it go? Oh, it just turned into one of these literally on its face. Okay, that's what's screwing me up here. Okay, right. Yeah, let's just ramp big here. We're at 23 life. There's too many things that could go wrong there if I pass. Sure. Mill me, homie. Easy. Lots of cards to discard here. I'll toss one of those. Okay. Holy shit. Well, that's a Virch. I'm gonna get back Analyst. Yeah, let's get back Analyst. And then we will slam Virch. You can have your Invasion of Amonkhet. What do you have? Nothing? You have nothing to copy. Excellent. Oh no, this is bad for them. They're stuck on 3 lands too here. Go Steelers, there you go. Ludicrous display, that's nice. No. What ludicrous display? What are we talking about? No, my Vampire's Vengeance not great, yeah. Choice has to be made before it yeah. No, it has to be made before it enters. It's just so weird that all the lands are like it's asking me to choose something before the lands even leave the graveyard, but yeah, because as soon as they leave the graveyard they enter. It's just really weird. Yeah, they're done. Okay, let's go to the next game. But yeah, I've just never seen the interaction. I thought it was kind of interesting there, but it is working. I'm not saying it's bugged. That is the way it's supposed to work. You guys are right, but it's just weird. Like it was like, you know, I'm wondering like when they all ETB, the card that it's targeting is no longer in the graveyard. That's kind of a weird rules thing there, but it still works. Yeah. At first I saw it on the stack and it, you know, on Arena, it changes the Echoing Deeps to look like a broker's hideout or whatever. So at first I was like, wait, where's the Deeps? It's because it just changed the actual art on the card. What am I playing against here? Grixis midrange? 2 years ago called. They want their deck back. I haven't seen Grixis midrange in ages. I guess so. Cavern of Souls? So this is obviously playing some kind of Atraxa reanimation nonsense, right? That's what the invasions are for, and that's why they're playing Cavern, so they can have a hope in hell of trying to cast Atraxa or something. Interesting. So what am I bringing in here against this rogue deck? I mean, the Graveyard Hate's kind of interesting, right? Turn the Earth, Raito Sentinel. Should I try this Raito Sentinel? This thing's so ridiculous. The fact that it trades with a 3/3 is pretty good though, right? We could bring in this. This is much better. Vengeance comes out. I don't know if I want Doppelgang. I think Elish Norn's actually going to be really good here, shutting off a lot of their stuff. I think I'm going to cut the... Galvanic and the Doppelgang. I really want to bring in the Frill back. Can cut maybe a Wrath. Let's try one Frill back here. But yeah, you guys are absolutely right. Yeah. Magic's a complicated game, boy. I mean, just look at the crazy, 3 to the 5th power mana that we could make in this deck or whatever, create like nonsense. You can't calculate. Most people can't calculate that without a calculator, right? Like the stuff that you're doing in this game that's possible. That's just in standard. It's crazy that standard is this ridiculous right now. We've had some. I've played competitively in some ridiculously powered standards, though. I mean, Wilderness Reclamation was another standard where you were essentially making like 30 mana on end step, instant speed, and then time walking and doing all that stuff. Nexus of Fate, but I played Splinter Twin. There's been infinite combos in standard, of course. Right now in standard, though, none of the infinite combos are very good. This is probably one of the better combo decks. But there's also, there's the reanimation decks like Squirming Emergence. There's the Breach combo decks with Reenact. There's the Agatha Soul Cauldron decks that can make infinite mana. But they have never been tier 1. Too many moving parts. This has the fewest number of moving parts, and they overlap and interlock very nicely. Like Aftermath and Nissa are so nice together, and then those work very well with Virtue. And then Virtue works with everything. Memory Deluge, best card to find your action? Yeah, jam 4 of those. This is the best Fireball? Jam 4 of those. Just play the best big stuff on the top end, and that's it. This is a tough one. I think I'm going to keep this. And see what happens. Need a red, of course, but not till much later. Blue is actually the most important color in the deck. Blue and green. Green for these creatures, but double blue for Deluge. You really need double blue before you need double anything else. And then red is a distant third, where you only ever need one red, usually. But... oh, that's what it is, Tin? Okay. The ludicrous display of athleticism last night. Yeah, okay, I get it now. Workaholics is great. Oh, you said IT Crowd, yeah. Workaholics is a different show. I loved Workaholics, but the IT Crowd was really good too. That's where, that British comedian, Ayode, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ayode something? He's a really funny guy. I've seen him on some talk shows and stuff, and he's hilarious. Is that the IT Crowd? I'm pretty sure that's it, right? The IT Crowd. There's a couple, like, actors that I saw in movies after, and I'm like, oh, I think I've seen that guy on a show. Richard Ayode? Yeah, is that his name? Wasn't he on the IT Crowd? Or am I thinking of a different TV show? I thought it was IT Crowd. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? Maybe I'm way wrong and people are like, this guy's an idiot. What? I don't know. I thought he was. Okay. No attacks. It is him. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's funny. I like that show. That show was good. That guy and the other guy on that show ended up... what was he in? He was in Bridesmaids. Remember Bridesmaids? He was the, like, nice guy that she, like, met after dating, shitty, like, what was his... I can't remember his character name. The guy from, John Hamm. John Hamm played this greaseball, like, rich, like, asshole guy. And she sleeps with him. It's like, oh, God. And then she meets the nice guy, but she can't, like, she's just so used to being with bad like shitty dudes that she can't appreciate this guy. It was that nice guy. He was on the IT what is it called? The IT show. IT Crowd. That's it. Schooners, and they have one card left. That's it? Oh, honey. Honey, you're in trouble. Let's pass. I think a nice little deluge to start sounds appetizing. We'll be moving on to the main course of Ramp with Virtue of Strength, finishing off with an elegant dessert of World Soul's Rage Exis 30 to the face. Our customers love it. Memory Deluge. Shigeki's pretty good. I guess I'll keep Shigeki. They can take whatever they want here. It doesn't really matter. one, you know, spot, like, not spot removal. Duress is 1-for-1, right? Duress, for as powerful as people think these cards are, they're never 2-for-1s, ever. They're always only ever going to be a 1-for-1. The ceiling is low on those cards. Tempted to Shigeki here, but I can only do it for X's 1. I have to get to 6 mana before I can X's 2. And I need double green, of course. So I can't. I could just, like, I could play Shigeki and just have it here, ready to go. Can't kick Frill back. I'm actually just tempted to draw 2 cards. I think I will. And not discard. Okay, let's pass. I got Turn the Earth Up instant speed. If I don't know why. They draw land. Okay. Hello. So let's go Nissa. Let's make green. Cast Shigeki. And pass. Next turn I can just activate Shigeki, flip him into the yard. I don't really care. Or bounce him to hand, I mean. Sure. Here come the crews. I'll take the damage. Okay. I could have just World Souls Rage X their face earlier, but... no blocks. Oh, hi there. Oh, hi, Mark. Except I can't activate it, right? I think it's got to be World Souls. Let's just go X is 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I guess I only had 3 lands. Thought I had more than that. Okay, make some mana. Ah, this is not what we want to find here. That's okay, though. Green. Cabaret gets green. Make blue. Brokers can get white. And then we can cast Elish Norn. And make green. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I can go Analyst. Mill 3. Activate Analyst. Do it all again. Ooh, milled a flashback card? Deal. Triggers. Green, blue, green. Thank you. GG. We get the 5-0. Not bad. Opponent did not have very good draws this game, but I'm not sure what their deck is even doing. They played some interaction. They had some, you know, threats that didn't really work well together because they have Subterranean Schooner and not enough creatures to crew them. Because they're a control deck, so confused. Confused looking deck loses. Let's get our rewards here. And, sure, what do we get? Ossification. But this is more important. We get our play-in points, so now we're going to be closer to qualifying, or entering the qualifier for free. I should just try and play a bunch of events here until the next set comes out and try and get as many of these as I can. Maybe we'll make some more videos. This is the very first one I've done. I don't cherry pick these videos, even though we did go 5-0 here. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace. Okay.